Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, man, we are going to create a firestorm on the channel today. It's people I know, I can already see people going off in the comment section. Let me get into this video. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, we at this channel, at this platform, have been defending LeBron James quite a lot, not just on YouTube, but again, across all of our other social media platforms, right? I thought it was totally ridiculous to say that if Stephen Curry captures his fourth NBA championship and wins his first finals MVP, it would make him and LeBron James neck and neck. I think that is a ridiculous thing to say. I thought it then, and I still think it now. I really do. I also thought that it was totally ludicrous, all of the hate that LeBron's son was getting with that situation between him, Shannon Sharpe, and Bronny. And I thought that was ridiculous too. And then again, I stood up for LeBron James. And while I was doing that, the people that say all I do is hate on LeBron were silent. These people were nowhere to be found because, again, it didn't fit their narrative. Once you have a story in your mind, you want to hold on to it as much as you can. For the people out there saying, oh, I was defending him, while people and other voices in media were jumping out of the window, getting ready to say, you know, he's going to be neck and neck with Stephen Curry. I was here defending him. But today I got to call it like it is, because this thing is totally getting out of hand. People have been basically trying to rewrite Kevin Durant's career since the Warriors made it back to the NBA Finals. Now people are trying to retroactively engineer his career and create all type of narratives around him. And many people to this day believe that KD joining the Golden State Warriors truly ruined the competitive balance in the NBA, but that's just not simply the case. It's not the case. It is not true. When KD did that, yes, it ruined the balance, but he wasn't the first to do it. He wasn't the first that started that super team thing. And that is what we're going to really unpack here today, because for whatever reason, there are people out there that are not telling the full story. They are omitting key pieces of information in order to serve their narratives. And that's what we're calling out today. If you're going to tell the story, tell the full story. Let everybody have the information. Give your audience the full information and let them make up their minds. Don't pick and choose what bits of information you want to give people and then try to tell stories around it. That's what's happening, and this is the reason we're producing this particular show here. LeBron James joining the Miami Heat was the first. If KD had the weakest move, that was the first weakest move the NBA had seen in over 2 decades. It was so disappointing that even Michael Jordan, when asked about it at the time, he spoke his mind and he didn't hold back. So for those of you who don't know what Michael Jordan actually thought about LeBron joining the Miami, what he really thought about that move, we're going to play it for you guys now. Take a listen to what Michael Jordan had to say about that particular move. Take a listen to that.
Are you glad that all of this free agency scramble and the LeBron decision in particular is behind you?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad, because now it starts to, you really see who's out there. Everybody was kind of waiting to see what happened with LeBron and Wade and Bosh. And, once these guys started to sign, then, it's other guys now you have to turn your focus to. And, I don't think the summer's over with yet. I think you got a lot of movement still left to be made. But, at least the big part is over and done with. And everybody's pretty sure those guys are going to go where they go. And, we got to look and see who's after them.
After so many titles in Chicago, Michael, do you ever step back now and just shake your head when you look at free agency?
In terms of the money that's being given, yeah. I mean, obviously, things have changed. The game's evolved quite a bit. Financially, I think the business changed a little bit. And, who doesn't sit here and think, what if? I'm pretty sure Bill Russell's sitting here, what if he played in the era that we played in? And, I'm no different than, what if I played in this era? I mean, financially, it'd be different. But I think from a competitive standpoint, I think it would be a lot different. I mean, not that, playing against Magic, Bird, Barkley, Ewing, all those years wasn't fun. I think But I'm pretty sure those guys, along with myself, wish that we could have played against the Kobe Bryants of this era and Tim Duncans, and obviously we feel like we can compete.
Is the NBA better off for this big player shuffle we just saw this past week?
That's yet to be determined. I think free agency is a part of every professional sport, and how that's going to play into this whole scenario, I don't really know. I think time will tell. It's no way that just hindsight. I would have never called up Larry, called up Magic, and say, hey, let's get together and play on one team. I mean, things are different. I can't say that's a bad thing. I mean, that's the opportunity these kids have today. I mean, in all honesty, I was trying to beat those guys. I don't know if they would have been on my team. If we'd been on our team, obviously, when you look at the Dream Team, they were on our team, and it wasn't too much of a competitive thing. I'm a competitive guy, and I like to play against competitive players, and see what happens from there.
Now, after listening to that, there are two very important questions here that need to be answered, and we will answer them. The first question is this: why did Michael Jordan say that? That's question number one. And question number two is, why isn't anyone else in the media drawing this same comparison? Those are the two pertinent questions that we need to unpack and deal with right now. Here's why Michael Jordan said what he said. Let's look at Dwayne Wade's resume at the time. If you listen to people today that try to create stories, what they try to do is diminish some of LeBron's old teammates to make LeBron look bigger. That's essentially what they like to do. That's what they try to do. These are the people in the crowd that are short. They go in the crowd and look for somebody shorter than them so that they can look tall, so that they can look big. That's what they're trying to do. Dwayne Wade was so washed that in the year 2009, he made the all-first NBA team. What washed NBA player do you know makes an all-NBA first team? The year before LeBron joined him, he led the league in scoring with about 30 points per game. Yes, that washed Dwayne Wade. He made the all-third defensive team in 2009 and in 2010. Dwayne Wade was about 30 years old. During that Miami Heat's first run, Mr. Washed Bad Knees Dwayne Wade led the entire Miami Heat team in scoring in the playoffs. Bet a lot of you suckers didn't know that. Bet a lot of you guys didn't know that. Dwayne Wade led that Miami Heat team in scoring in the playoffs, and LeBron was about 4 years younger than him. That's the first thing. Chris Bosh, before he joined that team, was a 20-10 guy with the Toronto Raptors, and he was leading that team to the playoffs, and he was about, I believe, 30 years old or so, and LeBron was 26 freaking years old, about the same age as Giannis Antetokounmpo. So that's the answer, the first question. To answer the second question is about why isn't anyone drawing that comparison, is because it doesn't fit their narrative. Period, end of story. It doesn't. KD is not the media darling. So they won't do him any favors. They won't. They won't create any arguments that will really make this guy look good. For those people that are holding back this information from their audiences, they really want you. It serves their LeBron James GOAT narrative. That's why. You notice they don't even mention it. Nobody even talks about it. We're going to sit up here and talk about Dwayne Wade. Talk about KD. Nobody's going to mention that. And the argument they like to use is this. Well, what was that Miami Heat's record the year before LeBron joined? Well, that year, I think they had a 500 record, or probably they didn't make the playoffs. I'm not sure. I think they made the playoffs and lost in the first round. But Dwayne Wade was the only star. It was Dwayne Wade, I believe, Mario Chalmers, and a few other pieces. That's all he had. That's all he had. Let me ask you guys a question. What was the Lakers' record the first year they got LeBron? What was the Lakers' record the first year they got LeBron? What was their record the next year, and what happened the next year? They won the NBA championship. Why did they win the NBA championship? Because they got Anthony Davis. Well, that's tantamount to what happened with the Miami Heat. So are you telling me that because Anthony Davis joined the team and he wasn't with the team before, therefore they weren't a good team because he wasn't drafted with the Lakers, therefore they won. This is ridiculous, but this is what people do. These are the games that people are out here playing. It is irrelevant whether or not they were there before or after. The fact of the matter is they were all there. And they made a good team, and it was one of the reasons they went to 4 straight NBA Finals and won 2 out of 4. That's what that result led to. So whether or not KD joined after, whether or not, it's irrelevant. Dude, those were 2 still great. Those were 2 still very good teams, period. And they were so good, they ended up beating Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and they got these guys, their first year they broke them in 2012. That 2012 season, they beat them in 5 games, I believe it was, in the NBA Finals. But nobody's going to say this because it doesn't support their argument. And that's what Michael Jordan was calling out. Michael Jordan said that move was basically weak. He was like, there's no way you would catch me doing nothing like that because I'm way too competitive. I'm trying to beat guys, not join them. And guess what? The people that are going to be mad at MJ, there's ain't a damn thing you can do about it because he's the bigger dog. He's the bigger fish here. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the irony of it all. And as they say in the hood, you got to hold that L. You got to hold that. You got to hold that. There's nothing you can do. There's no coming back. There's no rematch. There's no get back. You got to hold that L. Jordan wins that argument over.